this Connected Things event draws a very diverse group of people, ranging from corporate decision makers and the other end of the spectrum, young up-and-coming students at MIT who are going to set the world on fire.
This is a great event where you can interact with a really broad, rich community, and you can share interesting ideas and interesting experiences and do better things together.
This is the premier event in Boston for Internet of Things. I mean, this is where the action is in terms of learning, meeting the people who are actually been there and done that or doing that, and creating this brand new market. Entrepreneurs and solution providers, academics, and all kinds of really smart people who know what they're talking about.
The Internet of Things is really about taking unconnected things and giving them a voice. So taking your oven, your water heater, an HVAC system, and getting data off it to start interacting with that device to understand it can better service your customers and how they interact with that product.
I see it as connecting a variety of devices to the internet. Right now we have phones and computers connected to the internet, but the whole world around us, there's infinite possibilities of what can be connected.
The companies that come here get exposed to lots of ideas that are going to help them figure out their future within the Internet of Things world. But also they bring entrepreneurs here with their various products, and so you can see things in action. And there's nothing like a live event to really learn.
This is a place where people have come to learn about the future, not necessarily the present, the future of these sort of technologies. And people here tend to not have any, prejudices, against the idea of technology bettering the connectiveness in their world. It's also a place where I think there's a lot of hope for the future around the idea of the Internet of Things, which is still going through its early days of definition.
I met a lot of great people here, a lot of interesting people, and that personal connection is still important even in this connected age.
I came here because the Internet of Things is of intense interest to our company. It's an area that we cover, and it's our job to keep up on what we see out in the field. So I came here to meet people, see what they're doing, and learn ourselves, as well as to share the research.
It's so important to be able to convene and connect business people, entrepreneurs, experts, researchers, the analyzers, and the people who are making the Internet of Things happen. And at a place like Connected Things, you can see all of it in one place. So a place like this is really ideal for that sort of opportunity for entrepreneurship and idea making.
You're going to meet all sorts of intelligent people with out-of-the-box wild ideas, but then you can connect with people who can really make them happen. You can find ways to connect to capital. You can find ways to connect to mentors. All the resources you need to make your ideas turn into a reality are right here.
I'm a huge fan of MIT, and I think there's a lot of great things going on here, both at MIT and the MIT Enterprise Forum. And the Media Lab, obviously it's a great space, and actually one of the co-founders of DataGlen is a Media Lab alum. So we have ties here and glad to be back here and presenting.
It's been a really incredible experience just being able to network with different like-minded technologists, government, and just individuals that are really interested in looking at what is the state of the art for IoT and where is the industry going. And I think that's the collective reason that we're all here at this event.
Already today, I can see the value. I've introduced myself to the other exhibitors, the other sponsors, and those walking around, and we've met a lot of cool companies that I think we can help out. They're at that point where they're growing, where they need to sort of get off maybe QuickBooks on their own by themselves and actually move up to an accounting firm.
We're really excited to be here. We find that this event at MIT here at the Media Lab is a really great way to bridge technology and a business discussion, to talk about how technology transformations like the Internet of Things is really changing the way people interact with each other, with the cities they live in, the customers they serve. So we really enjoy seeing the thought leaders that come to these events to share their ideas and insights.
I think that the major benefit for people attending this event is to put a little bit of structure and content and understanding of this whole Internet of Things, Connected Things concept. There's been a lot of hype about it, but there are some real things going on There are real business problems being solved for companies. There are real solutions being delivered for people like you and me, for consumers.
The Enterprise Forum, in terms of technology and innovation, is something that we strongly believe in and support. If you really want innovative companies working with you, sharing ideas, sharing problems to solve, this is the place to come. When you look around the people here, like Ericsson as an example, or Zively, PTC, Cypress, these are all the best companies in the world practicing IoT today as opposed to talking about IoT. These are all applications in real world that are affecting change.
I'm on a couple panels here to share some of the research we've done with people in the audience. It's the interaction is a big piece of it, the interaction with all of the audience members.
As we just learned from one of these panels, only 1% of the data that exists out there is even being used for decision making. So the idea of wrangling all that data and owning it and then using it is one of the biggest questions that we have at this time. And I don't know if we're even going to be able to figure out who can own it, let alone who can use it.
I'm moderating a smart city panel, and it's really great to actually see the practical aspects of IoT. So it's bringing together government, or the public sector, the private sector, and individual citizens that are genuinely interested in what the applications are for IoT across a variety of different areas.
We're absolutely thrilled to be back at MIT looking at the Internet of Tomato project, which I just spoke about in one of the breakout sessions. At ADI, what we're interested in is positive outcomes for our customers so that they learn about what the data really means. So as an example, if you look at our IoT tomato story, that's not just a bunch of data that's shipping around. We really prove scientifically why these tomatoes from New England taste the way that they do. And that's a better outcome for the chefs, the farmers, and for New England companies.
For the companies that are sponsoring, they get exposure to this audience of really enthusiastic people that includes potentially investors, potential customers, students, really smart students who might want to become employees. So there's all kinds of angles to the benefits of coming here.
We are absolutely committed to IoT, and we are driving a lot of the innovation across a variety of different industries. So it really was a great opportunity for us to talk to the Boston community about Ericsson and our different solutions across a variety of different verticals, ranging from connected car to smart transport, smart agriculture, smart cities, etc. We've had a phenomenal traffic, and as I said, it's very specialized, so you get people that are really interested in understanding more about what those new applications are for leveraging IoT technology.
It's a great turnout, some good food, and you will meet a lot of cool companies that are coming up with very cool ideas, and so I would definitely suggest coming next year.
If you're thinking about being a sponsor, this is an opportunity to get your brand in front of a really interesting group of people, raise your visibility, and potentially meet some people who might want to join your organization or might want to do business with you. It's a really interesting topic, and it's only going to keep growing, so it's a good event. You should come to the one next year.
Because you can't just be connected to a thing, you got to be connected to people, and never forget that.